Okay, now you have studied about trigonometry in class 10th also. So first of all, let us revise what we have done in class 10th. Trigonometry, we studied about the measuring or measurement of lines and angles of a right angled triangle. Right? So we always take a right angle triangle in case of trigonometry, and it is measure of sides and angles of a right angle triangle. So we have three sides, trigon. Trigon means three and metric is measure. So measure of three. What is three there in a triangle? Three sides are there and three angles are there. So measure of three sides and angles in a right angled triangle. Now when we talk about a right angle triangle, the right angle triangle, whatever angle we have as the right angle, the side opposite to that is taken as hypotenuse. Let us abbreviate it as H. Then if we take an acute angle, other two are acute angles, let us consider this C as acute angle theta. The side opposite to this acute angle is taken as perpendicular and adjacent to this is taken as base. And using these or regarding these terms or regarding these sides, we are taking the 6 trigonometric ratios, that is sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cos theta, sec theta and cosec theta. Okay, so let us check those ratios here. So we have studied all this in class 10th. I'm just revising so that you get the idea of trigonometry. So we have sine theta as perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is AB upon AC. Cos theta as base upon hypotenuse. This perpendicular and base is always taken with respect to the acute angle. Side opposite to acute angle is perpendicular, side adjacent to acute angle is base. BC upon AC. Tan theta we take as sine theta upon cos theta. I am writing down the formula also for that, and this is perpendicular upon base. Then cot theta is cos theta upon sine theta, which is base upon perpendicular. Then sec theta is 1 upon cos theta, or we can say it as hypotenuse upon base. And cosec theta is 1 upon sine theta, and that is hypotenuse upon perpendicular. Right, and you have learnt something to remember this, that is Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bole. That is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, sine, cos, tan, then cot, sec, cosec. Okay, we go it like this. So this all we have learnt, and now we are taking into account something more that we have to learn further. You have learnt about the ratios in 10th. Now we are coming to angle of, then let us come to this acute angle. Right, let us take a part of this, that is this acute angle. Now how do we take the acute angle? Let us take it like this. We are having some vertex, let us say a point is there. Let us take it as the origin. Any point we are taking, let us consider it as O, and this is a ray. Let us take it as OA. This is the initial position of this ray. How do we get an angle? This is the initial position of this ray, or we can say initial site. If we just change the position of this ray such that it is moving like this. Let us say the ray is moving like this, or we say that it is covering an angle of theta. Okay, it has changed its position from initial side to terminal side. Whatever is the final position, we say it as terminal side. It has changed its position from initial side to terminal side when it measures an angle theta. Now how is it moving? It is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Right? Anti-clockwise direction. Whenever the ray is moving in anti-clockwise direction, the angle is increasing. Firstly, it was making a zero angle with itself. Then when it comes to position OP, it makes an angle theta. कुछ increase हुआ theta में, कुछ बढ़ा angle. That means it is moving to positive side. Okay, that is taken as a positive angle because angle is increasing when we are moving from OA to OB. So this is termed as the positive angle and this is the vertex. Okay, let us take the second case. Second case that we are considering is when we are moving the angle such that, let us take this as the angle or let us take this as the angle. The initial side, this is vertex and this is the ray A. Suppose it is moving downward. It can move downward also. It can change its place such that it is moving downward also. Both the ways are correct. So it is going to this theta. Now it is moving in clockwise direction. Whenever the original ray is changing its position from initial side to terminal side, such as it is going to or it is moving in clockwise direction, this is always taken as negative angle. The angle will be negative in this case. That is what I want to say is whenever a ray moves in anti-clockwise direction, angle covered is taken as positive. Whenever a ray moves in clockwise direction, angle covered is taken as negative. Always in anti-clockwise direction, angle is positive. Always in clockwise direction, angle is negative. कैसे? You must have seen your protector D. D सबने देखा होगा, right? When we, it is somewhat like this. This is 0 and the angles that we measure in a D are like this. Let us take some angle 15 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree. Let us take it as 45, 60, 90. They go like this 15, 30, 45, 60, 90. That means in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clock means जो हमारी clock होती है उसका direction. Anti-clockwise उसका reverse direction. Anti-clockwise we see that the angles are increasing, right? That means the angles are adding up. Adding up means positive. Okay, so that is positive. Angle is always taken as positive. Plus something, plus something, plus something. The angle is always taken as positive. Let us move to clockwise direction. Clockwise, if we are moving, let us move in this way. Then 90, then 60, then 45, 30, 15. That means angles are decreasing. Decreasing means they are moving towards zero. They are going towards the negative. Zero के बाद negative में जाएंगे, right? Zero के बाद negative में जाएंगे. That means they are going towards the negative. So angle is always taken negative when they are taken in clockwise direction. So you have to remember this thing very carefully. Whenever with an angle, suppose it is written somewhere minus 45 degree. Minus 45 degree means that angle measured in clockwise direction having the measure 45 degree. So negative sign or positive sign with the angle always shows its direction. Okay, negative or positive sign with the angle always shows its direction. So if it is written minus 45 degree, that means 45 degree in clockwise direction. Right? And clockwise and anti-clockwise we are always taking with respect to our axis, that is the x-axis or the origin. Clockwise or anti-clockwise we always take with respect to this axis. X-axis का positive direction means anti-clockwise, x-axis का negative direction means clockwise. Now, after this we are coming to the measures. Up till now we only have studied about the degree measure, and that is in class 10th we have studied that angle 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, 360 degree. We have studied about degree measure. Now in 11th we also are going to study about another unit of angle in which angles are measured, that is the radian measure. Okay, we also will be studying about radian measure here. and we will be studying about conversion of degree measure to radian measure and radian measure to degree measure. So let's come to that part. Now, first of all, we are writing about degree measure and then we'll be coming to radian measure. Now, what is 1 degree? We are always measuring it with respect to some circle, right? Let us take it on the axis. This is radius. Let us take it as OA. What is degree measure? If a rotation from initial side to terminal side is 1 by 3/60th of a revolution, angle is said to have a measure of 1 degree. Now we know that when one revolution is there, then it covers an angle of 360 degree. One complete revolution covers an angle of 360 degree, right? Now, when we say or we need to find out degree measure, that is 1 degree. What is 1 degree? 1 degree is rotation from initial side. Initially we are taking this ray OA when it is rotating from initial side to terminal. That is, we are covering complete one revolution, is 1 by 3/60th of a revolution. 1 by 3/60th because we want to find out 1 degree. So complete is 360 degree and 1 degree will be 1 upon 360. 1 by 3/60th of a revolution, angle is said to have a measure of 1 degree. So 1 by 3/60th of a revolution is equal to 1 degree. And we need the subunits also. Now what are the subunits here? 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. This all we need to know here. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. We denote them by these dash signs here. Okay, let us come to radian measure now. Now let us come to radian measure. Now this is the another unit of measurement for an angle. Now what is 1 radian? Let us again take our circle. And how do we define 1 radian? 1 radian is angle subtended at the center by an arc of length 1 unit in a unit circle. Angle subtended at the center, angle subtended at the center by an arc of length 1 unit when a unit circle is taken. What do we mean by a unit circle? Unit circle means whose radius is 1. Arc length. Now what do we mean by an arc? Arc is a part of the circumference. Arc is a length. Circumference is also a length. Arcs, when we are considering, they are considered on the circumference. The arc is a part of circumference, right? Let us say, how do we get this? Circumference is 2 pi r. The formula we know. When we are taking a unit circle, then r means 1 unit. So c equals to 2 pi. Circumference comes out to be 2 pi. Okay. So complete circumference is 2 pi in case of 1 unit circle, and when we are talking about the angle 1 radian. So 1 radian is that angle which is subtended at the center by an arc length of 1 unit in a unit circle, and we denote this by a C here. Either we can write it as like this is 1 radian, or we can also write it like this, 1 radian. Okay, now how do we have a relation between degree and radian. How we have a relation between degree and radian? One more thing I want to tell you before that, we are whenever we are taking this radian, it is always with respect to the lengths. So we have a formula here. Whenever we are taking the angle with respect to lengths, that is theta, the angle that we are finding is with respect to arc length and radius. So theta is angle subtended at the center by 1 unit length arc when 1 unit radius is taken. Okay, so from here we have another formula that arc length is equal to r theta. Arc length is equal to r into theta, and theta here is in terms of radians. Theta here is in terms of radians. Okay. Now how do we have create a relation between degree and radian? What is 360 degree? What is radian? How can we relate it to radian? We know that complete angle which is subtended at the center is 360 degree, right? Now when we are talking about the angle in terms of radians, that means we are talking with respect to this arc length. So complete arc length is 2 pi radians. Complete angle when it is in degrees is 360 radians. When 2 pi radians is there in 1 unit circle, what will be the angle subtended at the center? Angle subtended at the center by 1 unit length is 1 radian when 1 unit circle is there. The angle subtended at the center by complete length. Complete length is the circumference. The circumference is 2 pi. So complete length or angle will be 2 pi upon 1 unit radius, that is 2 pi radian. So in a unit circle, the angle subtended at the center by complete length, complete arc, or we can say by the circumference is 2 pi radian. So this angle, complete angle will be 2 pi radian. And if we look here, this was in case of degrees, it was 360 degree. In case of radians, it is 2 pi radian. So we have the relation 360 degree is equivalent to 2 pi radians. Right? 360 degree is equivalent to 2 pi radians, and by using this relation, we can find out the relation between all the other angles. If 360 degree is 2 pi radian, the 180 degree will be how much, 90 degree will be how much, 60 degree will be how much, 360 degree will be how much, or 15 degree will be how much. All the relations we can find out, we can convert degrees to radians and radians to degrees. But we will not always divide it like this and find out. That will be a complicated process. So we have a proper formula for that. So let us see what formula do we have to convert degree to radian and radian to degrees. Now we are taking the relation between radian and degrees. So this is the relation here. See, if the angle is given in terms of degrees and you want radians, so you will multiply that angle by pi upon 180. Suppose I have given 30 degree. I am having with us 30 degree and I want to convert it to radian. Let us multiply it by pi by 180 degree. And we will simplify this. We get the radian angle as pi by 6. Radian we denote like this. Okay, so 30 degree is equal to pi by 6 radians. Why are we taking radians? In class 11, we will be measuring the angles in radians. We will be doing the questions in terms of radians only. So you need to know this relation and you should know how to convert radian to degree and degree to radian. So 30 degree is equal to pi by 6 radian. Let us take another 90 degree. If I want to convert pi upon 180, we'll multiply it by pi upon 180 and we get it as pi by 2. 90 degree equal to pi by 2 radian. So in place of 90 degree, you can write pi by 2. Now, one more thing that you have to remember here is radians. When we were measuring our angle, radians was coming. I told you radian complete angle is 2 pi radian. That means in case of radians, the angle comes, if the angle is there in terms of pi, so you will leave it in terms of pi only. Answer will come in terms of pi. You don't have to put the value of pi here as 22 by 7. In case of radians, answer will be there in terms of pi only. Leave it as it is. Okay. In case of radians, answer will be in terms of pi. Leave it as it is. Don't convert it by putting the value of pi as 22 by 7. Yeah, you will leave the answer in terms of pi only. And we learned the relation that L is equal to R theta. So radian is there when both are lengths. Radian is there when both are lengths. Okay, L is also a length, that is the arc length. R is also a length, that is the radius. So theta, if we are taking theta, from here also we can see theta is L upon R. This is also a length, this is also a length, same unit. So theta is a constant term here. Pi also we know is a constant value, 22 by 7. So theta is a constant term, right? Yes, Vaibhav, trigonometry pi is equal to 180 degree. Pi is equal to 180 degree, 2 pi equals to 360 degree. One relation that we have just got from the circles, that was 2 pi equal to 360 degree. So if we divide by pi, if we divide by 2, both the sides, we get pi as 180. And that is why we are getting 90. Again dividing both the sides by 2, 90 as pi by 2. So this is how we can get all the relations. You can also put, so here pi is, in trigonometry we are taking it like this, but always the value of pi, when we are talking about a constant term, always the value of pi is 22 by 7. We will be taking it here. Now, when we are taking it here, that is when we need to convert radian measure to degree measure. When we need to convert radian measure to degree measure, then what we have to do? This I told you, ohm equal 30 and we multiply it by pi by 180, we get it as pi by 6. And I've taken one more example for 90, pi by 180, this is pi by 2, converting degree to radian. Now we have to convert radian to degree. Some radians is given. Let us take pi is given to us. So if I want to convert pi to degrees, so we multiply by 180 upon pi and we get it as 180 degrees. Suppose we are having some angle such that we do not complete pi is not cancelled out there. Okay, some such angle is there. Radian measure, any angle which is given to us, we can convert it to degree measure, and whenever the angle we need in terms of degrees, in degrees pi should never come. Okay, one thing. Second thing, we have studied about degrees, that 1 degree equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. So the complete angle that we need should be in degrees, minutes and seconds. Angle should be in terms of degrees, minutes and seconds. Okay, so we have to convert it. So like here though directly we are coming the angle is coming as 180 degree. Suppose some decimal part is also there. Suppose we want to convert such angle whose complete degrees we are not getting. Then we should always give the answer in terms of degrees, minutes and seconds. We'll do some questions based on this. So in that case, you have to put the value of pi as 20 by 7. So that is what I want to tell you is whenever you need to convert radian to degree, then degree should be in terms of degree, minutes and seconds. You put the value of pi as 22 by 7 there. Whenever you need to convert degree to radian, the answer will come in terms of pi. Okay. So let us see. Let's take an example. We are taking some questions of your exercise 3.1. Exercise 3.1. Let us take question number 1. Second part we are taking. Minus 47 degree 30 minutes. The angle is minus 47 degree 30 minutes. And I told you minus sign will never come in calculation. Minus sign signifies that the angle is measured in clockwise direction. Clockwise direction mein angle is always taken as negative. So minus sign signifies angle is measured in clockwise direction. Now we need to convert this degree measure to radian measure. Because we have the formula degree to radian, we have to convert this completely should be in terms of degrees. Now what to do for these minutes? We first of all will convert these minutes completely to degrees. And we know the relation 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. So for converting lower unit to upper unit, we will divide by that. So this will be 47 degree and 30 upon 60 when we need to convert minutes to degrees. ठीक है? Lower degree को upper degree में convert करने के लिए we have to divide. Upper को lower में convert करने के लिए we have to multiply. So we get it as 47 1 by 2 degrees. This is a mixed fraction converted to pure fraction. So this is 95 by 2 degrees. So completely the angle is in terms of degrees now and we need it in radians. So let us find it out in radians. For radian, we will multiply it by pi by 180 and we'll simplify this. Let us simplify. We will divide 5 ones are 5 nines are 2 into 5 threes are and 5 6 are. So we have 19 pi by 72 radians. So this is the conversion in terms of radians. What we've done, first of all, whatever minutes are there, you convert it to degrees completely by dividing by 60 because 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. After you have got the pure fraction, you will multiply it by pi by 180 according to this relation. That is degree measure into pi by 180 for the radian measure, and simplifying we get the answer as 19 pi by 72 radians. So this is how you will convert degrees to radians. And now we'll take another question in which we have to convert radian to degree. And at last you will not forget to write down the minus sign in that question. At last when we get the answer, we'll apply a minus sign because there it was there with the question, because minus sign signifies clockwise direction. So you apply a minus sign there. Now let us come to question number 2. We are taking second part of second question. that is -4. Again a minus sign is there which gives us the clockwise direction. We have to convert it to degrees. So what we have to do to convert it to degrees, we have to multiply it by pi by 180. Sorry, 180 upon pi. And we will put the value of pi as 22 by 7. Let us simplify. 2, 11 and this is 1250 upon 11, 0. This is 0, 6 is there. 6 is 12, 2, 1, 5, 2, 2520 upon 11. So we have converted it to degrees. But whenever we are talking about degrees, we need the answer in terms of degrees, minutes and seconds. So for that we need to divide. So let us divide it by 11. 11 twos are 22. 3 is left. Again 11 twos are 22. 10 is left. 11 nines are 99. And 1 upon 11 is left. So this completely comes out in degrees. And whatever is left in fraction, we will multiply it by 60 to convert into minutes. So we have 229 degree 60 upon 11 minutes, right? 60 upon 11 minutes are there. Now again divided by 11 to get proper minutes. So 11 fives are 55. Minutes are there. 5 by 11 is left. And again for 5 by 11 we need to convert it to seconds. So multiply it by 60 again to get the seconds. 229 degrees, 5 minutes and 5 6 are 3300 upon 11 seconds. Now after seconds we do not have any unit. The seconds we can give in decimals approximately. So when we are writing it in decimals approximately, what do we get? Let us write it here. 229 degree 5 minutes, and again if we are dividing, 11 twos are 22, 8 is left and 11 sevens are 77, 3 is left, 11 twos are. This will be approximate. So the answer is 229 degree 5 minutes and this is 27 seconds approximate. So this is how we have to convert it. What we'll do, first of all, we will multiply it by 180 upon pi. Put the value of pi as 22 by 7. Multiply them. Degrees is there in fractions. Divide by 11. We get complete degrees. Whatever fraction is left, multiply it by 60 to get minutes. Okay, I'm just ending and we get the result. Apply a negative sign at last. Okay, so this is what we've done and rest we'll do tomorrow. Okay, beta, Abhishek, I'm just leaving. Okay. So rest we'll do tomorrow. Have a nice day.